In Kenya, justice is served through several ways, and the first way which justice is served in Kenya is through the judiciary system, and the second one is through mob justice, which is unfortunate for anyone who goes through that way of justice. But if we look around the world and most developed countries with strong democracies, there are means and ways which justice is served to people according to the punishment they deserve. And this, when I say this, according to my own understanding and according to me, some countries like Singapore, some countries like China, some countries like USA, corruption is a no-go zone. Vietnam, corruption is equals to death sentence. And as we talk about the arrest and the death of Albert Ojwang, when the culprits are found, what is the best way of them to be served? What justice is best for them to be served? So, according to me, first of all, welcome to the life of anonymous whistleblower, and I will take you step by step in ways which these people can be served justice and Kenyans can be happy. In USA, there is something called the death row, and this is the execution of inmates which has been carried out through various methods, and it is worldwide, each with its own procedures, ethical consideration, and historical contexts. Number one, the likes of DIG Eliud Langat and the other culprits, because as we speak, this man by the name Albert Ojwang did not kill himself. So I don't want to name call, but there are culprits who will be found guilty. And me personally, if I was a judge, what will I do, or what sentence will I give them? Number one, there is lethal injection. And in case you don't know about lethal injection is the most commonly used method of execution around the world, and several other countries which I have named before, like the USA, like Vietnam, China. It is typically involved a combination of drugs administered intravenously to induce death. However, the method has faced challenges due to difficulties in obtaining the necessary drugs and concerning overbotched executions. Me, what I can say, there is nothing like botched execution. If it is said that these people are guilty, our lethal injection can be very lethal. Number one, we can go and take rat and rat. I know you all know about that. It is a drug that is used to kill rats, because these people are rats, because they don't see our lives so meaningful, so their lives too are meaningless to us, with no offense taken and no offense given. Number two, there is a firing squad. Execution by firing squad. Execution by firing squad, for those who don't know, it is where police line up, or people with heavy machinery or artillery line up, and you are there facing the nozzle of a gun or maybe a tanker, and they all shoot at you, and you remain like a tea bag sieve. Yes? Execution by firing squad involves a group of shooters aiming at the condemned individual's heart. This method is still authorized, and we can authorize here in Kenya. Number 3, electric chair, and this is execution by electric chair. The electric chair was once a primary method of execution in US and other parts of the world, which bring us to the point we can also use it in Kenya. Number 4, the gas chamber, and this is execution by the gas chamber. We put someone in a chamber and we call all Kenyans to fart, wote watu wanyambe na tumweke hapo ndani mpaka azirai akufe. Because if these people are treating us like we are dogs, we are animals, even a life of a chicken is better in Kenya than a life of a person. So why don't we introduce laws where a life of a person will be sacred and will be feared? Yes? Yes. Number 5, death by hanging. To all those culprits who killed Ojwang because they killed him in a brutal manner, we say death by hanging. And death by hanging is a common method of execution but has become less prevalent. And I can give you a good example of someone in our lifetime who was hanged to death, and he was a dictator, a man from Iraq by the name of Saddam Hussein. Excuse me. So it is better we see these people hang by rope until they pee on themselves, they poop on themselves, until we get justice. Right? Right. And I don't fear saying this. Number 6, death by beheading. And beheading, we all know what beheading is. Beheading is the act of removing one's head from the body. And this can be used through a swift method and a swift machine called the guillotine. Beheading is a method of execution that involves severing the condemned individual's head, often using a sword or an axe, but the best way is a guillotine. Number 7, by shooting. Execution by shooting. Execution by shooting typically involves the condemned during being bound and shot by a firing squad. This method is still authorized in countries such as China, Indonesia, North Korea, Saudi Arabia, Somalia, Taiwan, and Yemen. So, why can't we do this in Kenya? So that people may know that life is important. So that people may know life is something sacred. So that people may know life is nothing to joke with. Yes? Yes. And number 8, nitrogen hypoxia. Execution by nitrogen hypoxia. Nitrogen hypoxia is relative excuse I'm very bitter. Is relatively a new method of execution that involves the condemned individual breathing pure nitrogen until death. Why can't we do this in Kenya? Yes? Yes. And there are so many other methods we can kill a rat. I can add 2 more. Number 9, death by dropping an individual in Indian Ocean. Tie a big stone on the leg, drop him in the middle of Indian Ocean. Wacha apatane na papa. na nyangumi huko akuliwe. Yes, because if our lives are very unnecessary to them, we are not important, then these people are not important to us. Give respect where respect is due. Are we together? Number 10, and the last one, mob justice. Bring the person who killed Albert Ojwang. Yes? Let him face the wrath of Kenyans. That is the last one. If these people don't care about us, they don't give a about us, then why should we care about them? In fact, we pay these people. These people in government, they eat our taxes, they drink our taxes, they sleep our taxes, they poop and pee our taxes. Then they have the audacity to come and kill us. Who are they? Who do they think they are? And for a matter of fact, I don't fear, because I'm a man enough to know I was born and I have a contract, a signed contract of death. The day and the date I don't know, but one day, one time, I will leave the face of this earth. And if you are a man enough to hear this voice, tell me if you know you will see 2029. Even if you are the president, deputy president with no with insecurities about his masculinity, the two brothers who just eat, and their people on the other side of the country are dying and are misused as watchmen and people who have no yes, we are very angry. And these other politicians who think they are gods, we don't give up. And one thing, executions must come in Kenya. Anyone who is corrupt, execution. Anyone who kills, a soul for a soul, a life for a life, anyone who kills should be killed. And that is final. Tell me what you feel about that. Sorry, I don't have a flu, but it had to be said. Stand by in 3, 2, 1, go.